All right, let's talk about The View because apparently word on the curb, and this is according to the Daily Beast, and I saw that um Nutmeg McCain responded. I still don't care about what that old big back Tesla shaped heifer had to say about The View. It's like, girl, you just literally have sour grapes right now. You seem bitter that you're no longer on that show, even though you say, I'm left. If you left, then be gone. Be gone. Poof. Like, go away. Vamos. In the words of Ruby Rod. Buzz off, bitch. That girl gets on my damn nerves, but she always finds a way because of The View to dick right off The View just to give herself some relevancy. She irritates my entire spirit. She makes my teeth itch. But anyway, let's get into this The View story. So apparently, word on the curb is Disney CEO, if you believe the Daily Beast, as I said, Disney CEO Bob Iger and ABC News boss Alman Karamedovic. I don't want to mess up his name, Karamedovic, I think is how you say his name, have urged the hosts of the left-leaning daytime talk show host, well, they're not right-leaning, The View, to scale back their political commentary, particularly their frequent criticisms of President Trump, according to a report. The hosts, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, former Trump aide Alyssa Farah Griffin, Anna Navarro, and Sarah Haynes, are known for dishing blunt take, well, not really, because they don't all be up in there. I feel like the more blunter of them is Sunny Hostin and Anna Navarro. Whoopi Goldberg will come in and say some stuff, but she's actually paying attention to what's going on with the panel. But Sarah and Sarah and Alyssa, if they're not busy like jerking each other off, I don't think they really giving great commentary in regards of the political commentary. Quiet as it's kept, I just feel like a lot of y'all ain't really saying a bunch of damn nothing anyway. Like, y'all not really talking about the things that the people are talking about. But I realize you have a corporation that you have corporate bosses to answer to. You can only go but so in regards of what's going on politically and stuff. So y'all really can't have a real nuanced conversation. Hence why I go and I watch a lot of independent media. And for those of you who are interested in getting some real independent media, stuff, I will give y'all some people that I listen to or watch that you guys can check out as well. But they said the political rhetoric seemingly disturbed top executives such as Disney CEO Bob Iger, who should be focusing on revamping the MCU rather than what the hell they're talking about on The View anyway. But nevertheless, let's continue. And ABC News president Alman, the latter, I'm not going to say his name again, the last name, the latter of whom met with the host and The View's executive producer Brian Teta to suggest that they cool it. This is according to the Daily Beast. The women of The View, sources explain, weren't having it with the silly request and looked to just be doing their thing on the program, saying, quote, this is what our audience wants. Isn't it going to look kind of bad if we're all of a sudden not talking about politics? One source familiar with the meeting reportedly said of the host's response to the boss. ABC executives have previously pressured hosts over their Trump talk, with late night host Jimmy Kimmel revealing in 2022 that the network's top boss asked him to tone it down when he began to regularly quip about Trump. Kimmel told the Naked Lunch podcast that he informed execs that he wouldn't let up on on the jokes, even if they fired him. And that's why I feel like I understand that you people, I'm thinking like, what is the point of all this? Like, why are you guys so hell bent on trying to tell people not to criticize Trump at all? We already know the man is a snowflake. He is extremely sensitive. You can't say nothing, but he can call you every name in the book. He could just insult you. He could threaten you. He does all these things. He wants everybody to kiss his behind. And even the ones that are kissing the ring and bending the knee, it's still not enough. You won. They keep talking about popular vote, whatever. I'm calling BS on that. It just seems like to me you still haven't it's still not enough. You're still not happy. So it's like, even if you give this man all the accolades in the world, it's still not enough for him. And it's just like, what is it going to take for you to just be satisfied? You'll never be. I don't think it'll take anything. Nothing ever satisfies this man. But how you going to sit up here and, like people, like every day they talk about Trump on The View. There's always something about the government and politics and things of that nature. And you expect them to all of a sudden just wake up one day and they're just doing what? 30 minutes of View Your Deal and Reddit stuff? Like, what are they going to talk about? Because I'll even go as far as saying, like, when Trump was in office, like what? It was like, yeah, it had to be about damn near 10 years ago. Damn, time flies. They've been heavy on the politics for a long time. So what do y'all expect them to talk about? Like y'all, what are y'all worried about that he's gonna that it's gonna come after Disney and you're not gonna get a tax exemptor or something or another? Like I want to know what's the reason why all of a sudden y'all don't want to go in on Trump. Like this is why I always say legacy media is just, if this story is true, it's a joke. So they said they eventually backed away from the ask. Now look, if they back it away from one person, then the six of you can all band together and pull a friends cast situation and it's like, yeah, we're not backing down. Take it or leave it, or fire us. And I don't think they're gonna fire all them ladies over there because the reason why people like The View is because the chemistry is what it is. So if Whoopi and Joy and Anna and Sarah and Alyssa and Sunny all of a sudden disappear, and y'all gonna bring in new people. People are like, what the hell is this? Who are these people? Harpo, who are these women? We don't want them. Bring them back. Remember the old cast. If not, we jump in ship. Or you might as well just cancel the show, which will probably outrage a lot of people, particularly my parents. My parents love The View. They really do. They watch it every day. So now they said the Daily Beast report arrives as 60 Minutes faces increased scrutiny from CBS, with leadership examining what's included in upcoming episodes, despite the program typically operating independently as the network hopes to settle a lawsuit with Trump. And that's probably what it is now that I think about it. They're probably worrying about, oh, well, if they keep going so hard on Donald Trump, then Donald Trump is going to pull some frivolous BS and be like, oh, I'm going to sue ABC for bias. They're always picking on me and they're always saying stuff about me and I don't like it. So now I got to sue. God, he's such a freaking woman. It's a damn man baby. The biggest man baby I've ever seen. Can't take no kind of criticism. Well, you can't come out here and constantly do stuff to people and just expect them to just take it. And that's what you have to do. You have to fight back your bullies with the same rhetoric that they throw at you. So Allman, in his meeting with the View host and the show's producer, suggested the show lean into discussions outside politics, pointing to highly rated episodes with celebrity guests, sources told the Daily Beast. But what? So y'all want them to do more interviews with celebrity guests? Like, so if they don't do the politics, what do you expect them to talk about? A lot of what people like for The View is the hot topics. They do the hot topics, they bring out a celebrity guest, then they do their stupid View Your Deals at the end, and then that's it. But you can't, that's like Wendy Williams doing hot topics. And you tell her, oh, a little less on the hot topics and more on interviewing celebrities. I don't know if y'all noticed, but back when Wendy Williams had a talk show, we didn't watch Wendy Williams for the guests. We didn't care about the guests. We could literally sit there and watch Wendy Williams sit there in that purple chair and just talk about celebrities all day, and we'd be having a key. It wasn't even about the people. And a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, these celebrities are born any damn way. So I could care less about some A-list, B-list, C-list, or a D-list celebrity that came and sat up at their table. We like the banter between, well, the reason why people watch The View is because they want to hear what the View co-hosts have to say on certain hot topics that are affecting the country. If you want people over there that look, Trump got his many network, News Nation, Fox News, them dumb broads over there that do that show with Anna Kasparian, where they trying to do their version, a conservative version of The View. Child, I noticed some numbers is going down. Yeah, the numbers was major in the first episode, and that was because people was curious. But when you look, every time they drop a new episode, their numbers get lower and lower and lower and lower. People are already just like, okay, y'all ain't got nothing to say. The grift already, we see through it, and they're moving on. So if y'all want the people who want to kiss his behind, then y'all create your own little shows that can do that. So they said that the meeting was reportedly seen less as an edict by the network, but nonetheless, it disturbed the host. Navarro went on to talk with Iger last week about the request, and after she expressed her gratitude for Disney continuing to give the host a platform in a politically turbulent environment, He signaled his support for the show before suggesting they tone down its political rhetoric. Now, reps for ABC News, Disney, and Navarro did not respond to the Daily Beast's request for comment. And I guess if you want to see the outlet's report, you can go over to the thing, which is, I couldn't even go in there because I went to the Daily Beast. I think they want you to like pay to read. I was like, I'm not doing that. Look, if you want people to pay for your stuff, then y'all need to create Substacks or whatever, where they can do subscriptions. But I'm not sitting there paying to read an article. But look, to wrap all this up, this is exactly why I watch independent media conglomerates, because I can't with the oligarchs and the corporate people like the Bob Igers, whatever, who's going to sit up here and try to tell me what I can and cannot talk about. Because when that goes on to happen, this is how a lot of newscasters either get fired because they're willing to go against the status quo and to speak out, speak truth to power, and then they end up getting fired. Or you get in certain situations where there was somebody who was at what was it, CBS, and worked at 60 Minutes, who they were being challenged because of the Trump administration trying to control what they're talking about over there, and corporate people at the top are getting scared. So now they're like, you know what, I can't work here because they're not going to let me do what I need to do as my job that I've been doing for 4 decades plus. And now y'all coming in because of this regime. You're trying to tell me what I can and cannot do when I've been able to freely bring unbiased situations to the masses for over, the many years that I've been working here. So yeah, legacy media is dying. And a lot of these corporate bosses are more interested in bending the knee to Trump out of fear he will retaliate against them with some frivolous lawsuit than holding him accountable for what his administration is doing to the American people. So he wants to continue to dismantle our government. I'm already hearing that rural areas about to be affected from him closing at least over 700 hospitals. They're trying to pass a bill for that. We're about to enter an existential crisis, or we're already in the midst of it. You just ain't feeling it yet. So you really have to get you guys, if you really want to know what's going on, because a lot of times these corporations, these big major networks are trying to keep everybody in the boat. We have places that aren't even aware of storm watches, tornado watches. A lot of that has been dismantled. People are dying out here. You had the current administration take legal immigrants, 50 of them, and ship them to a damn concentration camp. This is what's going on, but y'all not hearing it because y'all are going over there watching legacy media. Hence why I always tell people, watch Kyle Kulinski of Secular Talk. Check out The Vanguard. Go see iHip News, a.k.a. I've Had It. That's what they call it also. Sabby Sabs is another good one. The Midas Touch is another good one. They're the ones that surpassed, subscribers. They surpassed Joe Rogan. And every now and again, I watch Don Lemon. Because, Don Lemon is no longer part of, legacy media, but now he does YouTube. But I still feel like he's still a little bit over there in that centrist Democrat idea, like mentality or whatever. He kind of gives that. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, really check out Kyle Kulinski and Secular Talk. He dropped a video today that I did post on YouTube where it was like, the real thing that they don't want y'all to know about Luigi Mangione and United Healthcare and a lot of stuff that they're doing. Like there was the shareholders were mad at United Healthcare because they weren't denying even more people healthcare. That story came out today. So definitely, if you really want to know what the hell's going on, and a lot of times what irritates, what I love, but also is disappointed, that he is the only one that sits and reports on certain topics, kind of like what Onyx said about me. I was the only one that told about Adam Lambert's EP. I'm like, well, damn, sometimes it's lonely out in these streets when there's something that's really good that people need to be informed on, and you're the only one talking about it when so many other people should be talking about it too. It's still, when you have certain pundits that still want to talk about why the Democrats lost and things of that nature and what it's like, okay, screw them. We already know AOC is the future of the party. Literally, polls have stated this. She is literally the face of the party. They wanted to make it Elisa Slotkin. Nobody cares about that dry, boring broad. She is a freaking dino, freaking Democrat in name only. Nobody cares about Cory Booker. He's a traitor. He just voted Jared Kushner's father into a political position. The only Democrat that did that. So he's a clown. He's done. I've been saying that for a while too, and I'm glad people are waking up to that. And then there was, but what about the whole thing about that? Was all political theater. That was all political theater. I never bought into it from the beginning, and I was like, that's probably why Rosario Dawson left his fat ass, because He is not a real Democrat either. I don't care about that Hakeem Jeffries. He's another one that's fake. And don't even get me started on that damn traitor Chuck Schumer. So, but these are the people that The View likes to prop up. The Elise Slotkins, the Hakeem Jeffries, the Chuck Schumers, who they should have went in even harder on him when he went and decided to vote in favor of Trump. But I don't think they went hard enough. The only one that really went and windmill on him a little harder than the rest was Sonny Hostin. She was the only one. But the other ones was like, then you had that traitor Sarah Haynes, who you can't tell me her ass ain't vote for Trump. Sit there, Donald. Yeah, you did the right thing. I was like, okay, dummy. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't trust you either. So I like the ladies of The View for the most part. I like some of the stuff they say. I do watch The View every now and again. But for the most part, I say, if I don't go to them for my politics. I look at them as entertainment because they don't really know what the hell they talking about unless somebody writes it for them on a damn cue card. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story with the word being on the curb, that they're being told to tone down the political rhetoric, as they call it over there on The View? If they don't tone it down, which I heard that after this story came out that they have continued to go even harder on Trump. So that's the word on the curb. So do y'all think that this may be the end of The View? I'm sure that a lot of the people that hate The View and all the stuff, a lot of the Trump supporters and right wingers and stuff will be glad when this show goes off. But I honestly don't think that The View is going to leave. First of all, it's the #1 show on ABC, so they make a ton of money. If it starts to affect corporate sponsorship, I'm sure then that that there may be some changes. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.